Thank you, Barry. Coming up next on The Beat Goes On, we welcome John Murphy from the Central Car Company in Green Lane. John loves cars and has made a lifetime habit of putting you and the right car together. John has different car yards at different levels of value. In fact, the perfect car for all budgets. John Murphy, welcome to The Beat Goes On.
Thank you, Gerard. Thanks
Good
for
to see
having
you,
me.
John. Now, I was very careful there because, you've got a great history of being a boxer. So
Yes,
I didn't want to offend you.
No problems at all. No
Tell
problems
us,
at all.
Before we, you've got Central Car Company Limited, but before we talk about cars, tell us a little bit about your boxing history.
For the last 20 years, I've trained regularly for amateur boxing fights.
Yeah.
I've had 8 fights. I've only ever won one.
Oh.
But I've always had a fairly strong opponent.
But it was the fight that counted.
It's getting in the ring,
winning, you know?
and it's and a lot of my clients are interested in boxing and sport and so forth.
Yeah.
And working 7 days a week, boxing's a sport that really suits me.
Now, they say it's one of the greatest sports for keeping fit and keeping everything going really well. They say that people that play football think they're fit, but when they get into the boxing ring, they realise how unfit they are.
I'm a diabetic, and
Yeah.
boxing really helps my health.
Okay.
And 3 times a week, I'm in front of my trainer, Hurricane Doyle from the Fight Club, and we're very, very strict and disciplined in our training regime. And you don't want to miss a workout. But no, once a year at the Fight Club, we have our annual event, a fight, and I'm looking forward to being involved in that this December, this year.
So, would you have ever liked to have got into the ring with that guy Tyson? Had your ear bitten off? Or?
No, he certainly would have knocked me out with his one punch, I think. He would have just come in and got me from underneath, and I would have been asleep pretty much straight away.
Gosh, he was the devil, wasn't he? But anyway, John, back to cars. You've got a wonderful car yard in Great South Road.
We're in Green Lane. I've been involved in cars since the age of 15.
And what was it about cars you loved?
I just love cars. I used to love my V8s, and I remember having a Ford Escort when I was a teenager. I then had a Torana GTR XU1 LJ at a very young age.
Yeah.
And being involved in the industry from that age, I was close to all these supercars that, you'd never think of being able to look at or drive.
And was this to pick up the chicks, or was it just because you loved cars?
I sort of like both of them actually, but I've got a fond memory for Australian cars, and and I just sort of moved through the field and grew up in that industry, and it's something that I really love and I really enjoy.
Big question: Holden or Ford? What
Holden.
was your love? Oh, Holden all the way.
Yeah,
eh?
I think that Holden's still one of the fastest cars to go around Map Panorama in Bathurst. I drove a Holden here today. And I've got an Aston Martin DB9 at the moment, but there's nothing like getting in your Holden Commodore.
Yeah. So, now, well, look, one thing about you've got your own car yard, but you meet a lot of fascinating people come across and you have chats. I mean, it's never gets dull, does it? I mean, there's just a constant flow of people you can have a chat to. And
yes, our client base is right throughout New Zealand.
Yep.
We've got a company in Singapore also, and we've got cars that we're now actually taking out of the country and taking to Northern Africa and so forth.
Oh, really?
Our business is constantly changing. Our car yard we like to keep interesting. We like to keep it a bit different. If you come into our smaller boutique yard, you'll always find there's something there that you don't
bit different,
normally see on the other places.
Yeah. You've got one today for us, haven't you?
Yes, we have.
Yeah.
We've got in stock today a 2004 Aston Martin DB9.
Wow.
It's a one-owner car, done 12,000 Ks. They're a hand-built vehicle. This one was built by a chap called Rod Poulton in the UK. We've just spent $7,000 on the car having it tuned, so it's had all the coil packs and so forth replaced, which is what they recommend after 10 years.
And who do you see buying this car, John?
I don't know,
Picture this
Gerard, but I'm sure that we're going to get a phone call from the provinces, and it's going to be, what colour is it? And we're going to say it's black with black leather, and they're going to buy it over the telephone, and it's going to be put on the truck and delivered to them. That's the sort of person that buys those sorts of cars. Now that car, if you look at it in the marketplace, is very competitively priced at $110,000. It's black with black, it's 12,000 Ks, and when you look at it, it's just magnificent.
Wow.
The way we sell those expensive cars, would you rather buy that or would you rather buy an expensive launch? Well, I'd rather have a handmade Aston Martin in my garage.
What a great name. Let's Aston Martin was that the James Bond?
It was.
Yes, Aston Martin. I mean, that's the best car in the world, isn't it?
When you hop in and drive them, they're quite smooth. They are firm on the road because they are a sports car. But the lines, from every angle you look at the car, whether it be the front, the side or the back, Gerard, they look fantastic.
Yeah.
They really do.
Now, John, why don't you just take it off the yard and own it yourself and buzz around town in it?
Yes, they're all for sale. next door to that, we've also got another special car, which is a Bentley Flying Spur, which is a four-door Bentley, which is a current shape model. It's a 05, it's done 62,000 Ks, and we've got 80,000 on that car, 79,995, which is fantastic value for money.
Yeah. Well, now, John, that's that upper level. But what about our baby boomers on the pension? What can you do for them?
We've got a Toyota Platts down there,
Yeah.
which is what we call an signature class vehicle,
Yeah.
and it's a 1500cc four-door. It's Toyota reliability.
Yeah. What year?
It's white in colour,
Yeah.
And it's a 2007.
That's good.
And
yeah.
we've got 6,500 on that car.
That would be good.
And it drives really well. It's got 4 airbags, air conditioning, just a very simple, plain car that if you can take it anywhere and leave it anywhere, it won't get stolen. And very economical to run. Some of them do, Jared, I can tell you. You can take some of those cars and you go into the supermarket and you come out and there's an empty bit of tar seal there.
But you can guarantee this one won't get stolen.
Yes, I'd like to think so.
Well, you know what is great about it? You've got the complete range, haven't you?
Yes, we've got everything. We've got everything. You can buy a car off us, generally speaking, if it's good enough, and we're happy to sell it to a member of the public, from around $2,500 upwards.
Yeah.
And we actually do sell quite a few of those types of cars. Yeah. We are surrounded by the franchise dealers in Green Lane, all good blokes, and they mainly sell new cars, and we generally try and compete and bid for their trade-ins. And they're generally pretty clean, tidy little cars.
All right, John, we're going to put it up on the screen now exactly where you are. We can tell our baby boomer viewers that I bet they know where McDonald's is. I do.
Yes, the big M.
And then there's across the road there's the locksmiths people.
Yes, we've got a yard there which we call Cornwall Motors.
Yeah. And
that sells cheapies, we call them, cars from 2,500 up to 8 to 10,000.
And right next door is your place.
That's our yard, Cornwall Motors. Round the corner in the Great South Road at 380.
Yeah, 380. Okay.
We have that's where my office is, and that's Central Car Company Limited.
Yeah.
You'll find a little bit more upmarket cars there and so forth.
But John, we want our baby boomer viewers to come and have a quick chat with you, talk to you personally.
Yes.
You're there most of the time?
I'm generally there 7 days a week.
Yeah.
I go to the car fair on a Sunday morning. But I'm generally there or not too far away. I'd like to be there most of the time.
So give us a couple of telephone numbers if our viewers want to talk to you.
You can get hold of me on 529 1974.
1974. Yeah.
And
what about your mobile phone?
My mobile number is 0274
Yep.
947
947
222.
222. Well, that's pretty easy, is it? 947's the hard part, but 222's the easy part.
It's the easy part, Gerard.
Yeah. And the 0274, everybody's got it.
Yes, they have. They have.
Oh, John. Well, we're gonna see you again on the program.
Yes,
I'm
definitely.
Keep your fingers crossed, because we want to talk about boxing. We want to talk about cars, and there's so many things we can have a chat about.
Oh, it's been great being here today.
Yeah. Oh well, welcome aboard. The beat goes on, John.
Thank you, Gerard.
See you soon. Okay. Bye bye.
Bye bye.